tonight. Drew McIntyre, Samoan drop by Reigns right out of the box, cover inside leg, kick out by McIntyre. I mean, think about the
Roman Reigns kicking Drew McIntyre out of the 2025 Money in the Bank ladder match. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe.
Where the big dog
Dramatic
belongs.
music playing, in a shocking and ruthless power play that has rocked the WWE Universe to its core, Roman Reigns has done the unthinkable. The Tribal Chief has kicked Drew McIntyre out of the 2025 Money in the Bank ladder match, just weeks before the high-stakes showdown was set to take place. What led to this unprecedented move? How did Roman pull it off? And why is the entire WWE locker room, including Triple H, now scrambling to react to the fallout? Strap in, because this is the full story of how Roman Reigns just reshaped the entire path to WWE Championship glory, and shattered Drew McIntyre's dreams in the process. The road to Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank, the annual spectacle where careers are made and lives are changed. 8 competitors, 1 briefcase, 1 shot at immortality. In 2025, the stakes were higher than ever. With the undisputed WWE Championship picture in chaos, and Seth Rollins rumored to be on the verge of injury-induced retirement, the briefcase meant everything. Drew McIntyre was one of the first superstars announced for the match. Fresh off a brutal rivalry with Gunther, McIntyre was looking to rebound, reclaim momentum, and finally put his name back in the title picture. But there was one man who wasn't interested in Drew's redemption story, Roman Reigns. Roman's return and influence. After losing the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41, Roman Reigns went off the grid. For months, the Tribal Chief remained silent, absent from WWE programming and leaving the bloodline leaderless. But in June 2025, Roman Reigns made his thunderous return, appearing on SmackDown with a scowl, a purpose, and a disturbing calmness that sent chills down the spine of every competitor in the back. He didn't speak much, but what he did say was simple. Roman Reigns clip. Nothing happens in this company, unless I allow it. That night, Roman declared that he would reshape the path to Money in the Bank. He wasn't going to enter the ladder match himself. No, he was going to control who could enter it. Backstage, officials and producers began noticing a strange shift in tone. Superstars who had been confirmed for the match, suddenly weren't. And others, unexpectedly added. At the center of the chaos, Roman Reigns. Drew stands up to Roman. Drew McIntyre, who had been training and preparing tirelessly for Money in the Bank, wasn't going to back down. On the June 20th episode of SmackDown, McIntyre marched down to the ring and called Roman Reigns out directly. Drew McIntyre clip. I don't care how many years you've dominated. I don't care about the bloodline. I earned my spot in that ladder match, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. The crowd roared in support. Finally, someone had the courage to look the Tribal Chief in the eye and refused to bend the knee. But Roman Reigns didn't flinch. Later that night, Roman appeared in a pre-recorded message, calm, calculated, dangerous. Roman Reigns clip. Drew, I warned you. This isn't your story, it's still mine. That cryptic message would prove to be the start of something far darker. Politics behind the scenes. The days following that episode of SmackDown were chaos behind the scenes. Triple H, still trying to stabilize the company in the post-Vince McMahon era, was being pulled in 2 directions. On one side, he had Roman Reigns, WWE's biggest box office draw, and still one of its most powerful influencers. On the other, a locker room full of hungry superstars, tired of Roman's manipulation and interference. According to sources backstage, Roman had been lobbying WWE officials, including certain members of the board, to review Drew McIntyre's qualification. Roman claimed McIntyre had won his qualifying match under questionable circumstances, pointing to a possible referee botch. While most saw it as a political hit job, Roman's power still carried weight. Within a week, the investigation was made public. Triple H was reportedly furious. But there was little he could do. Roman's pull with the board, still a remnant of his box office dominance during the Thunderdome and Bloodline eras, had effectively tied Hunter's hands. Drew is removed. On the June 28th episode of SmackDown, the bombshell dropped. Backstage correspondent Kathy Kelly approached Drew McIntyre for a live interview, but the cameras caught a WWE official handing Drew an envelope. Inside was the shocking news. He had been officially removed from the 2025 Money in the Bank ladder match. The reason given: post-match review revealed procedural inconsistencies in Drew McIntyre's qualifying win. The crowd in the arena erupted in boos. Drew, he was stunned, silent, his hands shaking, face full of rage. Drew McIntyre clip: "This is Roman. This is all Roman. He's scared. Scared of what happens if I climb that ladder, and I take that briefcase." Triple H finally speaks. The following Monday on Raw, Triple H finally addressed the situation. Standing in the ring, looking exhausted and frustrated, the game didn't hold back. Triple H clip: "Let me make something perfectly clear. I did not agree with the decision to remove Drew McIntyre from Money in the Bank. But unfortunately, certain powers that be, who I will not name, have used their influence to sway this match." He then paused. Triple H clip: "You think you run this company, Roman? You don't. Not anymore." The line drew a massive reaction, but also signaled something deeper. War was brewing between Roman Reigns and Triple H himself. The bloodline factor. Just as fans began to speculate that Triple H might override the decision, Roman Reigns made his next move. On SmackDown, the bloodline, now including Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa, ambushed Drew McIntyre in the parking lot. No music, no lights, no warning. Cameras caught footage of the brutal beatdown. Roman stood above Drew's motionless body and muttered just two words: "Roman Reigns, not your time." The attack all but guaranteed Drew couldn't compete, even if Triple H reversed the decision. It was a masterclass in manipulation, a reminder that Roman Reigns wasn't just playing chess, he was flipping the board. Fans and superstars react. Social media exploded. #Justice for Drew trended worldwide for 48 hours. WWE superstars, from AJ Styles to Kevin Owens to LA Knight, voiced their outrage online. LA Knight tweet: "So Roman's scared of ladders now? Yeah. Let that sink in." AJ Styles clip: "I've known Drew a long time. He earned that spot. What Roman did, that wasn't leadership, that was fear." Even Cody Rhodes, who has been walking a careful line in his relationship with Roman, subtly referenced the controversy. Cody clip: "This business is about earning your place, not stealing it from others." Backstage, however, the mood was darker. Many superstars now feared what Roman could do if he didn't like their momentum. Drew returns with a message. On the final SmackDown before Money in the Bank, Drew McIntyre, bandaged, bruised, but unbroken, made a surprise appearance. Walking through the crowd with a steel chair in hand, Drew marched into the ring during Roman's promo. The arena erupted. He didn't attack, he didn't shout, he simply stood face to face with Roman and said, "Drew McIntyre clip: You took my spot, but you didn't take my will. This isn't over, not by a long shot." Roman smirked, leaned into the mic, and whispered, "Roman Reigns clip." I know. It was eerie, as if Roman wanted the war to continue. What's next? So where does this all lead? Money in the Bank 2025 will go on, without Drew McIntyre. But the real story may be just beginning. Triple H is now locked in a cold war with Roman Reigns. Drew is hell-bent on revenge. And fans are wondering if the era of unchecked dominance by the tribal chief is finally coming to an end. Or, if this was only phase one of Roman's return to power. Because if Roman Reigns can manipulate boardroom politics, remove top-tier talent from career-defining matches, and still stand tall with the bloodline by his side, what else is he capable of?